inventors back in the day were creative and disorderly, and that's how they created new inventions, because being orderly is usually the fact that, like, being orderly means that you're good at applying already established concepts and processes. Being creative means that you might not be good at implementing standard processes and standard methods of doing things, but the good thing is you're creative and you know how to create new things, right? You implement new ways of thinking, implement new ways of doing things, and inevitably that's how society moves on, right? So yeah, so you need both people. You need creative people. You need orderly people as well. Like, most of your entrepreneurs are, I'm not saying that I'm an entrepreneur yet because I haven't done much, but I'm trying to document my life so far so that when I do much, then I get, I have something like a background story to my life, right? But yeah, so the thing with creative people is you've got people like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates was known for procrastinating, right? And he was known for just do everything in the last minute. And he'll try to prove to everyone that how fast he can complete tasks, right? But he realized that was a bad habit to have. So what he did was he changed that habit, because running a business, you have to be like, you can't always make things in the last minute, right? Steve Jobs was a creative person as well. He used calligraphy. He went to calligraphy classes and got inspired and used the art of font typefaces to create the fonts for the Apple computer, right? Without that, we would just have like one boring typeface for computers, right? So, but they were known to be bad managers, right? They're known to be really bad managers. That's why they pretty much hired like CEOs. That's why they hired like CEOs to run their companies, and eventually they got kicked out of their companies by the CEOs, right? Because they're known to be risky, right? Creative people are risky. They take risks, which is weird because, like, being an engineer is supposed to be risk adverse, right? To try not to take many risks. But as a creative person, you would want to take risks, right? Like, it's a contradiction. But I believe that for me, or for any other person who's both an artist and an engineer and a logical person, I think that balances them out, because it sort of pulls back your risk taking. Like, you don't take as big of a risk as you would if you were purely creative and purely a risk taker. But you won't be on the other side of the spectrum where you don't take any risks and you just stick to rules and standards, which is rare. But for those that are introverts and creative and just don't want to be pigeonholed, that they can't do other things like start a business or do engineering, like that, you can. But first you'd need to figure out your personality type, because you would have to work much harder, because I had to work harder. Just like, it doesn't come natural to me, engineering, but I like it. I enjoy the challenge. It's kind of like weightlifting, right? No one actually enjoys weightlifting, actual weightlifting, right? They enjoy the results of weightlifting, but no one actually enjoys lifting up heavy weights and feeling the pain and feeling the burn. Well, there's some people, like, you know, they're the exception where they get pleasure from pain, but like, most people don't feel pleasure from pain, but they feel they feel joy after they see the results that, you know, their hard work brings, right? So yeah, basically, so that's my spiel of being an introvert and that's how I deal with, well, not really how I deal, but then that's my thought processes, and that's my opinion about being an introvert and creative, whilst doing a field that isn't necessarily in your field, right? Like, just because you're an artist doesn't mean you can't do like science or maths or engineering. Gonna have some lunch, gonna walk out of Wilson Botanical Gardens, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. Subscribe if you do want more videos like this, and put a comment down below if you want me to discuss other topics. Still trying to determine my niche, but I'm just talking about what is coming in my head at the moment. So what is coming in my head at the moment is basically my personality type. So subscribe if you liked it, and put a thumbs up at the bottom if you did like this content. Share this information to people that you think would benefit from this. Yeah. Okay. Catch you guys.